Hey, I'm Mike.
Hey, I'm Chris.
This is Mike and Chris Reloaded. This week we're going to be covering the San Diego Comic-Con. I know some of you guys already have the information out there already, but we're going to give you our spin on what we thought of the Comic-Con.
Yeah, just more or less a recap of everything and kind of our ideas and thoughts on these things coming out.
Yeah, we're not going to go over everything that came out. Like, we're going to skip Star Trek Discovery because that just pisses me off that we have to get a streaming service to watch it.
Let it go, Mike. Let it go.
So I'm going to skip that one. And we may skip a few other ones, too. I mean, you can feel free to comment in the comments what we missed, but we're not trying to do an all-inclusive. We're just trying to do an informative in our opinion and our take on the Comic-Con, I think.
Yeah, so with that being said, let's just kind of get right into it.
All right.
Some big things movie-wise coming out. Marvel, I think, in my opinion, kind of knocked it out of the park on this one.
Yeah.
Of course, the big, huge announcements. They announced who's actually going to play Captain Marvel.
Right.
Which is Carol Danvers is the name of the comic book character. But Brie Larson is going to be playing her.
And I wasn't familiar with her until you pointed her out to me.
Yeah, she's been in. She was in 21 Jump Street. She is actually going to be in the new Kong Skull Island movie.
Right.
Which also they released a trailer at Comic-Con.
Yep. And that's going to star Tom Hiddleston, who played Loki, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman.
It's amazing how you see some of these things, how they just kind of I call it my 6 degrees of separation there. I mean, you got this movie Kong Skull Island, who's cast Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, which is a Marvel movie. Then you got Tom Hiddleston in it, Loki, which has been a Marvel movie. Sam Jackson.
Right.
You sensing a theme here?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, John Goodman's new to the mix.
Yeah.
And from what the take is, I think they wanted to do a Kong Skull Island movie because, I know they're doing two things with Kong. They want to do a Kong versus Godzilla.
Yes.
And they want to put him in Pacific Rim 3.
Yes. Along with Godzilla, supposedly. So.
Oh, Godzilla's going to be in Pacific Rim 3 too? Rumored
supposedly.
anyways?
So they're trying to work it all out, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
That's cool. Well, the next trailer that they shot out was the Justice League trailer.
That's which I'm really surprised they actually put it out that soon. I kind of pumped it out pretty fast to get it out there.
Yeah.
Looks interesting, of course, with the absence of Superman there.
Obviously. Yeah, I know, but they made Aquaman look badass. I think the guy they got playing Aquaman.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I think he's going to do good.
Anyone's ever watched Game of Thrones, they know who he is.
Because, you think of Aquaman anyways, he controls fish.
Well, yeah, sort of.
So, I mean, to give him a badass spin might
There's a little more to him than say, hey, goldfish, go over here or something.
Yeah, he rides whales and sharks. And,
and he can talk to all the underwater creatures. He's actually got really enormous strength. I mean, I'm talking pretty close to equal to around Wonder Woman's strength. So he's a little more to it. True.
Now this trailer pretty much only showed Batman just going around assembling his team.
Yes. With his, if everyone watched the Superman versus Batman, he saw he had his little dream or nightmare or whatever it was, and saw the kind of the coming, which everyone is pretty much a gimme. It's going to be Darkseid.
Right.
So, but it looks good. Some of the characters look pretty good. They didn't really show Cyborg a whole lot, I didn't think. But
no, I didn't see Cyborg in there very
Flash, they showed Flash, which is played by Ezra Miller.
It should be, what's his name? What's the guy's name who plays Flash on CW?
Grant Gustin.
Yes, I like him.
He's a good actor, but they wanted to separate the television world from the actually the movie world. So that's why you're going to have whole new people. Which we'll get into the TV series here in just a little bit. It looks pretty good to me. I mean, it looks different. Let's have to see how it pans out. And I think it's going to be a 2-parter, Justice League.
Oh, they'll pump out a trilogy. Come on.
You think so?
They do trilogies for everything now. Everything's got a trilogy.
It seems that way.
Like, skipping ahead, you said another secret movie is going to have a trilogy.
Yes, the Han Solo is not a solo movie anymore. It is a trilogy now.
Yeah, so they're just Disney all about trilogies.
I guess so, man. All to make the money.
Yeah.
New Wonder Woman trailer.
Yeah, that was a pretty good trailer. It finally showed an origin story type to Wonder Woman, I think.
Yeah, which, if anyone knows anything about her, Princess Diana Prince or whatever, Princess Diana over there in Themyscira, she's the Amazon princess or whatever, and she decides to come to Earth or our world or whatever to try and save humanity. But, Chris Pine also is in there, plays her love interest, so... it looks good, what I saw of it anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it for sure. And then the next one, this one's got me excited because I loved Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah, they got Kurt Russell playing Ego, the Living Planet,
and Star-Lord's dad.
Star-Lord's daddy.
Which they revealed a bunch of stuff on this. Like you said, Kurt Russell. Palm Clementine, who they announced is going to play Mantis. She's another character from Guardians of the Galaxy, if anyone knows that. And which is kind of, again, my little 6 degrees of separation thing here. Palm Clementine was in the remake of Old Boy, which starred Josh Brolin, which is playing Thanos.
Oh, really?
So, see, everything's connected, man.
I guess in the Marvel world, and you told me yesterday that even they're going to have a Stallone in this movie.
Yes, Sly Stallone is confirmed to be in this movie. And my boy Phil Dog, Nathan Fillion, he's going to be in it also. They have him playing Simon Williams, which if anyone in the Marvel history knows anything, Simon Williams is Wonder Man. That's who he was. He was a super being, but he was also a movie actor, which I think would be interesting to see because I know Nathan Fillion can pull off a lot of pretty good roles. As far as Sly goes, I don't know what he's going to play. There was rumors of him being in kind of a Nova Corps uniform, so I don't know if he's going to maybe some kind of maybe general or something in there. So who knows?
Yeah, you got me on that. So the next thing they showed off, or are we missing anything on Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, I think we're covered so far.
So they showed up. Well, they gave us information on Spiderman Homecoming. Didn't they show the trailer inside the conference room?
A teaser trailer for Spider-Man Homecoming, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and Thor Ragnarok in the Comic-Con. People got to see it.
Yeah, but it's not released
yet. No, there's been a couple of cam things out there here and there that you can barely kind of tell what they are. But I'm sure eventually they're going to release something. And I heard in front of, I want to say, Doctor Strange, they're going to have a new trailer for something, but I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. But yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming, getting back on topic here, it's confirmed Vulture is going to be the main villain. They have
Michael Keaton, maybe.
Michael Keaton is he was out of it, then he's back into it. Or he was into it, then out of it, then back into it, and he's all but confirmed. But I believe he's probably going to be the role. I think they're just hashing out some details. Obviously, Iron Man's going to be in it. They have some rumors too that possibly a couple other villains might show up, which is the Shocker and the Tinker. The Tinker is kind of one of those lesser-known villains. He just basically makes like evil toys that go around and attack people or whatever.
Kind of like the Joker, Marvel's idea of the
Similar.
Joker.
I think there's another one that was more in DC. I can't remember. There's another guy in DC that did all that stuff. Mad Hatter, maybe. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. The Mad Hatter.
But it should be interesting. I think they're going with more of the Ultimate series, so we'll see how this pans out. I did like him in Captain America. He did a great job. I think they found a pretty good Spider-Man.
Right.
And what I like about it also is they're not going back to an origin. He's already going to be established. He's going to have his powers. Uncle Ben's already killed off. So.
Yeah, they've done enough Spider-Man origins over the course of my brief life here on Earth, so I'm glad that they're not doing an origin story with him either. But they are going to do an origin story on Doctor Strange.
Yes, which I'm pretty excited. Benedict Cumberbatch, which I like Benedict Cumberbatch. He was just one of those actors you just see that's just kind of can pull anything off, I think.
Yeah, the trailer looked pretty sweet to me. So.
I don't know if you know anything about Doctor Strange. He's a brilliant surgeon, got in a car accident, damaged all the nerves endings in his hands, couldn't operate anymore. So went off to kind of little soul search, wound up in Tibet. They introduced him to the mystic arts. Bada bing, bada boom, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, this trailer showed him as a child getting picked up by the monks. Didn't it?
No, I think you're getting confused.
We'll
talk about that one later.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, he was already established and everything else. There's a couple villains. I think Baron Mordo is supposed to be in it, and there's another. What is his name? There's the main demon they talked about cast for him too. But it looks interesting and kind of a bizarre, trippy way, I guess. I think it'd be really great to see in 3D. I know you don't watch 3D. But
nope, makes me sick. I'm a sissy.
What's the Leonardo DiCaprio movie that came out a couple of years ago? Where they're all in the dreams and stuff.
Oh, Inception?
Yeah, it reminds me kind of like that. It's all, everything, cities folding over and everything. So, I don't know, that'll be interesting.
And the next movie they showed off would have been or gave some information on, I should say, would be the Black Panther movie. They didn't actually show a trailer of this movie, so.
Yeah, there's they announced a lot of things for it. Obviously, the main bad guy, which was
Eric Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Yep, Eric Killmonger.
Who's played by
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, which is kind of stands together since the guy's directing the Black Panther movie, directed the Creed movie. So. Yeah.
I didn't know who Michael B. Jordan was until you said the Creed movie. So.
Yeah. Well, he's been in. He was in the Fantastic. Well, never mind. He was in.
I'm sorry, I was sleeping. Did I miss anything?
He's been in quite a few movies. He's kind of one of those up-and-coming guys. I think that's going to probably go some places eventually when he gets it. Of course, everyone said, I haven't seen Creed, but everyone said it was really good. So
I haven't seen Creed either. But
once again, 6 degrees of separation.
Yep. Director
of Creed, directing Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan, Sly Stallone. Come on, man. They also cast Dinah Garai, who plays, if anyone knows, their Walking Dead.
Michonne.
She plays Michonne, so she's actually cast in there also as kind of a pretty lead role.
She should be the Black Panther, in my opinion.
Chadwick Boseman actually is the Black Panther, and I love Chadwick Boseman.
I mean, they're going with a woman Captain America. They could have went with a woman Black Panther.
He's been in a couple good movies too, though. He was in Get On Up, a story about James Brown. He played James Brown, which I love that movie. I love James Brown anyway.
You would.
Yeah. Godfather of soul, man. Hardest working man in show business.
Oh, I believe it.
But yeah, Chadwick Boseman, I liked him, and he did great. And again, Captain America, I thought he did a fantastic job.
Right. The next information they showed off was Thor Ragnarok info.
Yeah, again, they said that supposedly there's a teaser trailer there. Nothing's leaked out yet, but they did show the Hulk's armor.
Yeah, they showed armor.
Which kind of all but confirms it's going to be the
Planet Hulk
storyline somewhat.
And I knew nothing about the Planet Hulk storyline until you told me about it, so I am not a comic book guy. Sorry about that, guys.
Just real brief, 4 big people on Earth, Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, I can't remember the other 2 off the top of my head, decided that the Hulk, too much of a rampage, too much of a problem, so they drugged him, put him in a rocket ship, shot him out in space. They had him slated to go on some planet system that they found. Something happened, went off course, ended up on the other planet Hulk, whatever. Went there, went to a gladiator thing, won everything, ended up ruling the planet, found his love. Long story short, the ship that he came on had some kind of reactor leak or something, ended up exploding, killing his wife and unborn child and everything else. So pretty much pissed him off. So he comes back to Earth with his little army of people he has and ends up kind of taking Earth back over. So it's a good storyline. I don't think they're going to go with that on that, but I think they're just going to go with the whole.
No, not with Thor in there. Thor's
No, and in Planet Hulk too, it wasn't Thor, it was Beta Ray Bill, he's another guy that has kind of like almost not quite equal to Thor's power, but close. Kate Blanchett's cast as one of the main villains, Gila. Also, they said they're going to bring Surtur in, which is a giant, basically a demon god from Norse mythology that brings about Ragnarok, which is, I guess, where you get the name Thor Ragnarok.
right.
So apparently there was an image out that I haven't been able to see yet, but it shows basically the Hulk jumping down on top of Surtur, which is just this massive giant, flame demon creature. So
Yeah, this is one of my pet peeves, doing multiple villains. I told you that when we were doing planning. I hate multiple villains in a movie. Pick one antagonist. If you want to, unless it was designed to have multiple villains in it. I mean, then you can go that route. But they're just throwing multiple villains in there just to make people happy.
And see, here's the thing, and let me kind of rebut that too. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's good to have just a main focus. But see, even nowadays, you got these people who are masterminds, but they're not muscle. You know what I'm saying? You got these people who are just, they can, twist your head and twist whoever's head and logic in every which way. But, in a straight up street fight with whoever, Batman, Spiderman, Superman, whatever, they can't beat them. You think Lex Luthor can beat Superman in a straight up fight?
No.
No, but what did he do in Superman vs. Batman? You see what I'm saying? He got the muscle. So yeah, and there's kind of my little rebuttal on having more than one villain. And I understand what you're saying, because then it becomes like, it's like, why is he even in the storyline or whatever?
Spider-Man's the one that ruined it for me.
Well, yeah, Spider-Man 3 was pretty horrible. They just kind of threw everything in there just to throw it in there. They could have done well, just left it with the whole Venom and be done with it.
Right.
But you got Sandman, I'm Bo Poor Me, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they got the whatever, Green Goblin Reborn, and
yep.
And I get that, but I think if you have a mastermind and a muscle, then you're good. So.
And you were telling me that Marvel came out with a new logo.
Yes, Marvel's new logo, it looks awesome. It's almost like a 3-dimensional logo.
I'm shameful. I'm under the weather, so I didn't take the time to go look at it, but
it looks good. It has the pages flipping like it does, and then it pans out with the logo, and it shows all the past movies they've made and stuff, images of them. So it looks really neat. I like it. But moving on
to Lego Batman.
Yes, Lego Batman. Everybody knows that he kind of stole the Lego movie. So.
He did. I mean, Will Arnett is the I'm not going to swear. Yes, I am. Shit, man. He's awesome, Batman.
He was pretty funny in the Lego movie, so I will have to admit that. And then the trailer looked hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
yeah, the only thing it shows Batman getting Robin as an orphan and from being a little baby and then moving on up. It was a pretty funny trailer. I liked it.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. I don't know if I'll go to the movies and watch it, but I'll probably watch it eventually.
I got kids, little ones, so I'll probably end up at the theater to watch it. But, I mean, there ain't much to say about it. It's going to be funny. It's got Will Arnett in it. There's really not much more emphasis to put on it, I don't think.
Not really. Will Arnett's hilarious.
Yeah. And the next trailer they released was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yes. The new J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter spinoff.
Right. And this shows a guy losing all of his monsters out of his briefcase, and then they're trying to round them all back up.
Pretty much so. And, it had what is his name? I'm drawing a blank on his name right off the top of my head.
Oh, I don't know his name either, so you got me.
Anyway.
Call us out in the comments.
Colin Farrell.
Okay.
Anyway, Colin Farrell was in it. It looked like I couldn't really quite tell. Maybe he was the bad guy in it. Because, I don't know, it looked like he was one of those mysterious guys kind of sitting in the background.
Right.
So, I don't know. It just showed, like you said, showed all the monsters, chasing all the monsters down and everything else. And So we'll see how it goes, I guess.
True. The next movie they showed out was King Arthur: Legend of the Sword.
Yes. Charlie Hunnam, which everybody watched Sons of Anarchy or Pacific Rim. They know who he is. Jude Law.
Didn't watch Pacific Rim.
No, he did not. And he didn't watch Sons of Anarchy either.
Do you know why I didn't watch Pacific Rim? Because it's a mech movie. I told you I didn't like mech movies, man. Mech anime, I didn't like them. So, we'll have to see on that podcast if I change my mind.
Weird.
Yes, I'm weird.
Anyway, Jude Law plays the main villain in it. So, and I was thinking we were talking about this yesterday. I told you it kind of looked more like a Knight's Tale, kind of a medieval modern style.
A little comical and
not so much comical. It looks pretty violent and brutal.
Well, yeah, but it's...
I'm just talking the style of it.
The way he pulls the sword out of the rock and stuff just seemed kind of like a little bit comical to me.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
Yeah.
It
might have some comical aspects of it.
But this movie's slated for 2017.
Yes.
And we covered the Han Solo movie already. It's going to be a trilogy.
Yes. Nothing really. I mean, we've already know who's been cast as Han Solo and everything. So, as far as I know, they just decided to move it up into a trilogy instead of just a single movie.
Right, and then they released a new trailer for Blair Witch: The Woods.
Yes. Which I've seen the first one. That's it.
I haven't seen any other ones either.
There's Blair Witch 2: Book of Shadows or something. Like
that. Ain't there another one too that's like a spin-off of it or something?
I have no idea. I quit watching it after the first one.
Yeah.
Which is, don't get me wrong, the first one was good. It scared the crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the people who made it were just absolutely crazy.
You had the kind of sense of feeling the first time you watched it that it was like a real documentary type.
Yeah.
Because they hid the actors from public eye for a long period of time, and they pushed it out as like this is a documentary.
Yeah, and it was like it wasn't shot in 35 millimeter camera or whatever. It was shot in it was like a camcorder.
Yeah.
You know, it's so yeah.
So it was scary. Yeah.
It was.
But after the cat's out of the bag that the crap's fake,
yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be as scary for me.
$60,000 budget made $357 million. I think they did okay.
Yeah, they did good. I loved it. But this movie's coming out September 16th, so if you want to see that, go ahead.
Again, I'm not a huge. I told you before, I'm not a huge horror buff, so I might check it out. I might not. I don't know.
I'm not checking it out.
One other thing they showed was the new Justice League Dark, new animated.
Oh yeah, you were telling me. I forgot about that.
I think the new movie is going to be based more of a kind of more mystic stuff. They cast Matt Ryan, who played Constantine, to play the voiceover Constantine in the movie. So we'll see how it goes. One thing I got to give it up to DC, man. Their animated movies are just out of this world.
If anybody's listening to me that's important, bring Constantine back. I love that show. I'm pretty sure nobody important listens to our podcast as far as movie-wise.
I think
everybody else is important to us.
I think everyone that listens to our podcast is important.
Oh, most definitely. We're up to, we get about 40 to 50 listeners a week, so that's we appreciate it. And that one, before we move on to the TV stuff, I do want to thank you guys for listening, and I also like to say, can you please share us more? We need to get our name out a little bit more, and if you like what you hear, please give us a share. It's important to us to take the next step in our entertainment and entertaining you.
Yeah, definitely. Like our Facebook page, share it with everyone you know. When you go to listen to us on YouTube, just click on the little thumbs up and subscribe to us. It's nothing. If you subscribe to us, every time we post a new one, it'll let you know it's on there, so you don't have to go looking for it or whatever else. So definitely, post your comments on Facebook to us. Post your comments on YouTube to us. We'll try and get back to them as quick as we can. We also have an email, MikeandChrisReloaded@hotmail.com. Feel free to email us with any questions or anything you want us to talk about. So.
Yeah, I mean it is important to us, so and we appreciate you guys, and That's all I wanted to say. I wanted to get that off my chest. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, let's just move on before he starts bawling.
Yeah, so the next we're going to move on to the TV shows, and there was a lot of TV shows.
There was. Netflix, again, has just been knocking it out of the park, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad I have Netflix.
They showed some trailers for the next 3 things coming out. Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Which, if anyone watched Jessica Jones, they know who Luke Cage is.
Right.
Iron Fist. There's your kid that got picked up by the Tibets.
I got it written down here. I was thinking wrong.
Yeah. And anyone knows any history on Iron Fist? Guy's name is Daniel Rand. He gets lost or gets in an accident out in the Tibet somewhere. The monks pick him up. He gets trained up by the Tibetan monks. He gains the power of the Iron Fist, which is basically just a pretty severe blow. But he's pretty much just a martial artist. But he's got kind of a mystic power with, like I said, it's called the Iron Fist, which is where he gets his name from.
Right.
And all those are going to lead to the Defenders.
Right. Which I'm mad at the Defenders. They're causing me to get a delay in a couple shows.
What he's talking about is Daredevil and the Jessica Jones are going to be pushed back till 2018.
Yeah.
They've already announced season 3 and season 2 of Jessica Jones and season 3 of Daredevil. It's already confirmed. However, they're going to push it back till 2018 so they can get out Iron Fist, the Defenders, and the Punisher.
Right.
So.
The Punisher will make up for it.
Luke Cage is already done. Iron Fist, I believe, is in post production, and then they're going to do the Defenders. Luke Cage, I think, is slated out in September. And Iron Fist, I believe, is slated out in March. And then you'll see the Defenders, and you might see the Punisher in between there.
Well, that's cool.
So they got plenty going on. I mean, they'll keep you
entertained. But I mean, Jessica Jones, not so much. The Daredevil, I love that show. So I'm kind of disappointed I gotta wait.
Admit, I have not seen season 2 of Daredevil yet. I know.
And he called me weird.
Hey, I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Nerd.
Keeping with the superheroes here, we'll jump onto the CW. They're starting to just build up a massive, amount of just superhero things here.
And if you listened to one of our last podcasts, this also reflects on Netflix, because Netflix took over CW's rights, so didn't they? Right? Is that what they're going to get? Yes. CW, and it's going to
get all the exclusive content after
the season's over. It's going to be 2 weeks.
Excuse me. Starting off with Flash, they're going to lead off with one of the best storylines I think Flash has ever done, the Flashpoint Paradox, which brief history. Barry decides he wants to go save his mom, travels back in time, saves his mom. Basically, the butterfly effect ripples everything through time. Things shift, change. I know in the original series, Bruce Wayne was actually dead, and his dad was actually Batman. Everything was totally different. So, it ought to be interesting how they do it. So.
Yeah, I'm behind on the next one. Arrow Season 5 trailer came out. Shows Oliver assembling a brand new team.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like it didn't seem like anything revealed anything, you know? Nothing like, hey, wow, I can't wait for this show. I don't know, everyone said since after around season 2, season 3 of Arrow, it's been kind of teetering downhill a little bit. So.
Yeah, that's where I gave up with season 3. I didn't give up, I just moved on to other TV shows and never made it back.
I mean, I like the characters they have in Arrow. I do. I just don't see where they're going with it yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of the Arrow's flashbacks, how they do all of his flashbacks.
Well, it's okay. I mean, I don't mind that so much because it gives you kind of a little background, and then it's like they show something and you're like, oh yeah, I remember they showing that 4 episodes ago. Okay, now that makes more sense. Right.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean they do it a lot.
Well.
So, but the next one was the big one, the Supergirl trailer coming to CW.
Supergirl, huge announcement of that. They cast Superman in it.
Yep.
And I believe I sent you that link today. It showed you all about it too, didn't I?
Yeah.
Which some of the stuff I didn't know until I read that. They are bringing in Batgirl, which she's actually confirmed to be in it.
No, you didn't send me that link.
Yes, I did.
Well, I must have missed it.
You did.
I'm ill. Give me a break.
Yeah. Anyway, Batgirl is confirmed. They're bringing in Oracle, which was Barbara Gordon.
Right.
They're also with the two editions of them. I mean, how far is Batman behind? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's already been rumors of like people up for the role, possibly for Batman. One of the guys from the show I was talking about, Teen Wolf, possibly playing Batman, or Bruce Wayne, whoever. But I know that Batgirl is confirmed. Oracle possibly. Superman definitely is confirmed. They've already cast him. So Supergirl's kind of turning into her own little Justice League over there. So
that's pretty cool.
And the thing about these is, now that Supergirl's on the CW, it's going to be cross-platform all across the board there. So now you're going to be able to see them. You can have a 4-part crossover,
right,
all the time. So, which goes to the next one that CW has is Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, this one looked good.
I watched. I think I didn't watch the last 2 or 3 episodes of it. Basically, it's Rip Hunter from the future comes back, grabs some team members to help take down a evil bad guy or whatever, and a couple of them get lost along the way. I know in the new season coming up, they announced JSA, which is Justice Society of America, which is kind of more of a little offshoot like Justice League people. They also announced Legion of Doom. They're going to bring in, which is Captain Cold, Malcolm Merlin, and a couple other people they're bringing in for it. So, which makes sense. You got a team of people. Who are they going to fight? Bring a team of bad guys. So.
Right.
See, there's your multiple bad guys there for you.
I know, but that's a team.
Yeah.
They're meant to be together. They're not Sandman and Green Goblin were not meant to be together. Then the next information they gave out was for the Agents of Shields, and I'm not impressed with the Agent of Shields. So
again, same thing. I missed the last probably half of this last season of Agents of Shield, so I'm kind of a little out of the loop on it. I do know they announced Ghost Rider is going to be in the new season, but it's not who you think. It's not Johnny Blaze.
Right.
It's not him. It's actually Robbie Reyes, the character Robbie Reyes, which is the third incarnate of Ghost Rider.
Now you telling me he rides around in a car?
Yeah, he's gonna have a car. Looks like a Dodge Challenger or Charger or some big muscle car, the whole Vin Diesel looking car that he had in Fast and Furious. So ought to be interesting. See how they work it. So.
True.
I'll have to catch up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before it starts, I guess.
I think I watched 1.5 seasons of it, and then I just gave up. I gave up at the point where the one guy went over to Hydra.
Oh, Ward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I gave up at.
Yeah, that kind of... I mean, I understand they need a bad guy or whatever with the whole... They tie them in with the movies and everything, but... it seemed like they got a little off-kilter with it, so... I don't know. Like I said, I'll catch up on it and hopefully maybe watch a little bit more of the season when it comes out.
Yeah, I'll try to watch it too. I'll stomach through it. The next one I do watch is Gotham season 3. Was trailer came out.
Which did not reveal a thing.
No, it just showed him going after Hugo's monsters, which we already knew that was going to have to happen at the end of the season. So. I mean, there's nothing new coming in.
Mr. Freeze, Firefly, I guess the Penguin's out now, and then, what's her name? Fish Mooney, she's out and about.
Yep.
So, which, Fish Mooney's actually a made-up character, by the way. She was never in DC Comics.
Yeah, I didn't figure she was a real character. She didn't seem that way.
Yeah.
So, Then next, of course, Amazon Prime exclusive, unless you got BBC. Sherlock season 4 was showed off.
Yes, and I've actually seen the first season of this, and I really like it.
I haven't seen any of them.
Benedict Cumberbatch, he could pull off anything, I think. I think he did a great job, and I'd like to catch up on the other seasons too, before I jump into this one at all. But like I said, I like it. I thought it was a really good show.
No, I'll definitely try to watch it, fit it into my schedule. But with the next one, Lucifer, I don't know, season 2, I love that show. So.
Oh my God, if you have, and look, I know people out there are religious and whatever. Okay, I get it. That's fine. It's a show. That's fine. But if you've never watched it, you need to watch at least the first couple episodes of it. It is hilarious.
Yeah, it is hysterical.
It's funny as crap. It's basically, the premise of it is Lucifer decides he's had enough of hell. He decides to come up to Los Angeles
and fight crime.
And he owns a club there, and he just pretty much he goes around with a detective and helps her solve crimes.
Right.
So, and then when he feels that people need to be punished, he sends them to hell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great. I love the show. It's hilarious.
And then another one they showed off was the Originals season 4, which is a Vampire Diaries spin-off. All they really showed in that trailer was just a bunch of vampires kissing. So, I mean, it didn't.
Sounds about right.
It didn't make me want to watch it.
Now, speaking of your Vampire Diaries, they announced this next season coming up is going to be the last season.
Well, I figured it was closing to an end, so
it's
just
the 8th season, I think.
Yeah, if you watch it, you know it's coming to an end.
No, I've got enough of Twilight. Thanks.
Yeah, it is Twilight.
Mike admits he watches Twilight.
No, I haven't watched Twilight.
You watch Vampire Diaries?
I do watch Vampire
I
Diaries.
rest my case.
I'm sorry. I also watched, what was the other one? True Blood.
I've seen the first season and a half of True Blood, and after that, it just got too confusing. I'm just like, what the? They just kept introducing new creatures every other week.
Right, they did.
I was like, no, never mind. I do like the theme song though. Now you get into the big guns. Walking Dead.
Yep, season 7.
Season 7, Walking Dead. I didn't watch the last season. Of course, everyone's the big, huge cliffhanger, with Negan coming in, supposedly killing 1 or maybe 2 people.
Hey, you're saying there's a possibility of number 2 being whacked off in this.
There's big rumors of 2 people. He killed 2 people there. So
you know what they're gonna do? The first 3-4 episodes, they're not gonna show us who they killed off.
They come out and said they're going to reveal in the very first episode.
Oh, are they?
That's what they said. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. They could change their mind
because
now and then.
They've been notorious for
waiting, like the
Glenn
thing.
Yeah.
If anyone's ever read the comics or knows anything about them, Ezekiel and Shiva, which Shiva is big white tiger that walks around with the big old black guy. So he's a huge character in the comic book.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a comic book guy, so I didn't read the comic book, but I'm definitely watching the series.
Yeah, definitely. It's and of course, Fear the Walking Dead starting back up here in the next week or so.
Yep, that trailer.
Half.
Yeah, that trailer just showed Nick walking through the world covered in zombie blood by himself.
Hey, you got to get around somehow.
Yeah, I mean it works for him.
This next thing we're going to talk about is probably not going to make a lot of people happy.
Don't make me happy.
Game of Thrones. Several things about this. One, winter has come, which means
they're delaying
the
it.
show isn't.
Yeah.
They're delaying the show till later on next year because they're waiting for production value for the winter, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So your normal March, April release of Game of Thrones will not be. I'm thinking looking towards the fall of next year, you'll probably see it.
Yeah, and then the sad part is that there's only 15 episodes left, 2 more seasons, from what I hear. 8 episodes this season and 7 season 8, and that is it.
That is it. They confirmed that is it. After season 8, no more Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
But I did read an article yesterday where they're pitching spin-offs of it.
Possibly, but I don't know. Who? Everyone keeps dying.
I don't know, but
there's no one left.
HBO's talking about spin-offs, so I mean, we still might get to live on in some way.
Oh, possibly.
And then the next show they showed was Legion. It's a new series on FX.
Again, I know you're not a big comic thing. I know Legion is basically a guy who can absorb people's abilities, powers, but at the same time he also absorbs their psyche. So he has their mind in his mind. And there ain't no limit to how many powers he can absorb.
Right.
So, hence the name Legion, because he's got a legion of minds in his head. So, at times I think some of them kind of come out, which I guess in the trailer kind of shows him in a psych ward. So, which kind of stands to believe why he's in there. It's an interesting concept, and I'm surprised they went with that one. But hey, it might work.
Right. And then your favorite one, Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yes, Ash, President 2016. Yeah, definitely. Oh my God, the first season was crazy, over the top, man. The second season, they already said it's going to even be 10 times worse.
I'm terrible. I haven't watched it yet. I don't have Stars. Ain't it on Stars?
Man, it is great. You're missing out totally.
I'll check it out. They just shut down our Showbox, so.
Did they really?
Yeah, Showbox got shut down.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I've been on it forever.
So me neither. My mom told me that they popped up a message saying ownership has changed and the site is closed.
Oh, wow. I got another site I'll give you too, though.
All right.
Ash vs. Evil Dead. Of course, Bruce Campbell, one of my heroes.
Yep.
Which anyone's ever watched the movies, obviously. Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, fantastic. In fact, I just talked to one of my best friends I grew up with in high school and everything else in school. We were talking about that too. He said that's where he met his wife, at that Army of Darkness, and that's where he said, remember when we watched that movie at the Dollar Theater across the street? I said, yeah, I remember. I said, it was great. It's nice to remember those little things, how things trigger it. But Ted Raimi's been cast in the series, which anyone knows Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's brother, so he was in all his little shows that he produced and directed and everything too.
Right.
Comes out October 2nd, starts October 2nd, so it's a good time to start right before Halloween. So. Great show, I recommend it, I highly recommend it if anyone loves the Evil Dead series.
Oh yeah, I'm going to watch it, so it's just a matter of when.
A few other ones, little notables here. American Gods. We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It showed a little bit of stuff on there. My thought process on it looks like you got some gods on Earth kind of toying with people, maybe.
Right.
That's I could be wrong, but that's just the way it looks like to me. Of course, it's just like I said, a teaser trailer.
Yeah, it shows a guy named Shadow getting released from prison the same day his wife is killed. And he meets a man who takes him under his wing and turns him into something for work for him. It doesn't say, but yeah, it might be implied that this guy is a god who Shadow's working for. So, I mean, it looks good to me. I'm going to check it out.
Looks different. One you pointed out to me, Exorcist.
Yep, TV series coming.
I didn't even know. I missed that one totally. They're making a complete TV series out of it.
Yep, coming this fall to Fox.
Which the original Exorcist was scared the piss out of me.
Yeah.
Second one, not so much.
No.
The third one actually was pretty good. George C. Scott was in it. That was really good. After that, I don't remember anything. If they did anything else after that, I know they made some other stuff. They did the Exorcist, the beginning, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With Stellan Skarsgård, the guy from Thor. But it looks scary. I'll more than likely watch it. It looks like anyone who's interested in that stuff or whatever, definitely. I know a lot of people watch the American Horror Story. So if you're into stuff like that, I imagine you watch The Exorcist.
Chris, don't watch American Horror Story.
No, I have not watched American Horror Story.
And he calls me weird.
You are.
I can't help it. Mystery Science Theater 3000's coming to Netflix.
Yes.
Supposed to have all the original cast.
Yes.
Gotta wait and see.
Yeah, I think they're just still in kind of development stage on it right now, but they did say it is coming. I probably look for this to come. I'm guessing maybe first of next year, possibly. Right. So it'll be awesome to see because it's been, I'm not even sure how long, about 15 years or so since Mystery Science Theater?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I was a kid. So
now you've got about 15, 18 years of movies they can go back and start and go, make fun of the whole time. I'd love to see them get some of the newer movies, especially some of the Marvel superhero movies. Oh man, that'd be hilarious, just making fun of some of that stuff.
I see him making fun of Shaun of the Dead.
I think Shaun of the Dead makes fun of itself.
I know, but it's going to be even funnier with them making fun of it. Then they got, you told me that they got a new president of DC Entertainment.
Yeah, Jeff Johns. He's been with DC for quite a while. I know he did the reboot on the Green Lantern. In fact, one of my friends, Heath, you know Heath.
Yeah, I know Heath. Heath's a good
for
guy.
His birthday one year, I gave him an autographed by Jeff Johns.
Oh, that's cool.
The #1 issue of Green Lantern. So, yeah, that's great. I mean, Jeff Johns has been with DC forever, and he knows the inside and out. And he's going to be the president of the entertainment section, which I'm assuming has to do with all their movies and stuff coming out and everything, television series maybe.
Right.
So that'll be great. I think it's a fantastic move, fantastic hire, and position for him or whatever. Couple little notable comics coming out. I know they're rebooting Suicide Squad, I guess in lieu of the movie. Again, I've never been a huge Suicide Squad fan. I know of them, I know about them and everything else, but it's just one of those.
I just want to see the Joker again.
Yeah, it ought to be interesting. There's still a lot of rumors about that too.
Right, that it's not really the Joker.
Yeah, supposedly it's Jason Todd,
mm-hmm.
Which was Robin originally. So, wow, we'll see how that happens. They announced X-Men versus the Inhumans, a 6-part miniseries in comic books. Again, everyone knows X-Men. Inhumans is it's supposed to be a royal family from outer space, part of the Kree Empire, a bunch of different superpowers. So, a few games. Kingdom Hearts 3, they showed a couple little gameplays of that.
Yeah, my daughter's waiting on that one.
Looks pretty interesting. Looks like they got some more up-to-date Disney and Marvel stuff in there, so
cool.
That'll be neat. I saw an image of, Baymax from Big Hero 6 in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be pretty neat. I remember the first one was great. I love the first one.
Yeah, the first one was good.
They're remastering Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2.
Yeah, for probably $60, right?
I believe they're gonna put both on one disc, but yes, I believe it's gonna be about anywhere from the $50 to $60 range. Yes.
See, if you reboot a game, it should be
like we've already argued
30,
about this
40
point.
bucks.
I totally agree with you.
But the next one's pretty exciting. The Sega Genesis, loaded with 30 games.
Yes, I guess they're jumping on the Nintendo bandwagon. So
yeah,
now Nintendo announced their little mini Nintendo coming out loaded with some games. Then Sega Genesis is coming out with their little core system, loaded with 30 games. I think there's a patch you can buy 30 more. And also, what's kind of really unique about this thing is that you can. If you have any old Sega Genesis cartridges, it will play them.
Right.
So, and I think it's right around the same price point, $60 to $65 for it. So it ought to be neat. A few good things coming out of here. Some things to get excited about, I think. Some things to save some money.
Right.
So, I know movies are going to be expensive next year. A lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah. Try telling that to my wife.
But a lot of good TV series coming out this fall, so look forward to also.
Yeah, most likely I'll be the TV series guy.
I'll try and catch some movies.
Oh, I'll catch some movies too. My wife will let me go to the movies. I'm just playing.
Every now and again.
Yeah, I'm just picking on her.
Yeah, I'm going to take you to go see Pacific Rim 2.
No, you're not.
We've got some good stuff coming up here in the future. Some different shows. We got some. We're gonna do a review of
Tokyo Ghoul and Attack on Titan next week.
So stay with us on that.
Gonna bring my little daughter in here so she can. She's a guru on the Tokyo Ghoul manga, which she says season 1 and season 2 of Tokyo Ghoul does not follow each other. So it's gonna be a long conversation about that.
There's hardly anything out there that follows the books or comics, man.
No, Attack on Titan follows it, and most of the other animes she reads says she follows it. I mean, the differences between the Tokyo Ghoul, which we'll get into next week, and the manga, the series and the manga are completely night and day. It's not just a little bit of stuff is left out.
Really?
Like, people are killed off that shouldn't be dead, and people are alive that should be dead, and
kind of like Walking Dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's
people are dead that should be dead, and people are alive that should be dead.
And they're waiting for the manga to get more farther along so they can release some more of the series, season 3 of the series. But I don't understand why, because they're not following the manga.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming up for you next week. Just stick with us. Keep listening. Don't forget to like and share our Facebook page. Send it out there to everyone you know. That when you go on our YouTube page, listen to the podcast, click on the thumbs up and click on subscribe. And again, once you click subscribe, it'll alert you every time we post a new podcast. And you don't have to go searching or asking or finding out whatever. Again, we appreciate all you listening to us.
Yeah, you have a good day.
That's all I got.
That's all I got. Peace out, guys.
Bye, Felicia.